Happy New Year, guys. In this video, we're going to discuss what we learned in 2025, talking about our values, how we built this company. We did 10X it this year because we built systems, we built the team, and we built leaders within.
And the main thing we did, we set our standards and stuck to them.
100%. So we're going to have some coffee, and we are going to dial this in, and we're going to give you the value of what we learned. So let's go. We're in an empty room, by the way, and decided to have a cool podcast set up.
Yeah.
And kind of have like that Dateline interview vibe going for, because it's a new year and I'm always wanting to elevate our production for our clients, for our personal brand moving forward. So we want to talk about last year, 2025. We had some unreachable goals.
Well, we set goals that we felt were almost unreachable, but we wanted to set them so high for us and our company and our staff, everyone involved in Heartfelt Productions.
Oh yeah, and I think, you know, when you really think back, like I had some reflection time in December, thinking back of what we did, how we accomplished, what, you know, mistakes were made, but how we got better through time. And honestly, if you know what we were doing, we were traveling all over the country, but we also have our home base here in Las Vegas with a ton of clients, you know, as well. But the traveling really tested us to a whole new level.
I believe, you know, the goals we set last year, I have to admit, we were talking about, it was a little scary.
Oh yeah.
Because we don't want to set goals and not achieve them.
Right.
So we set out last year, and one of the biggest goals was, I read that book, 10X is easier than 2X.
Okay.
We're going to go into that later.
Yeah.
But we literally set our company on that concept, and we didn't waver from that.
Correct.
And it worked.
Oh yeah, and I think a lot of people realize, like, for me personally, 2025 was, we filmed our last wedding. And we were humbled, we're grateful. We filmed over 150 weddings over the last 3-4 years, had a great wedding business, met so many amazing couples, traveled across the countries, got to film some of the top weddings here in Vegas. But not importantly was telling those heartfelt stories for those couples.
Right.
If you are in the wedding industry, you know how much of a toll that takes when you're filming 5 weddings, 6 weddings a month.
Yes.
Plus you have to do the background on editing, background on, you know, still running the business, because you're creating a wedding film for a lifetime. You got to make sure everything's dialed in perfect.
Exactly.
And with our time and what we were going after, the corporate industry and the personal brand, we had to decide, like, is that 10X or is that 2X?
Right.
And we love that chapter. Every chapter in life has a different era. But talk about that too, kind of like with the weddings, because people were shocked. Heartfelt Productions,
absolutely,
not doing weddings, Brandon and John and the team, because, you know,
I remember January 2nd of last year, and it's January 2nd of 26 right now.
Yep.
I had read the book 10X is easier than 2X. You read it first.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I made the notes. I'm the numbers guy. I figure out the percentages of where our business comes from.
Yeah.
3 to 4 years ago, weddings were our number one.
Yep.
But what we found the last 3 years, that the weddings take so much time.
Yeah.
The pre-wedding, the actual wedding, the edits, the re-edits. And for you were doing the edits of the weddings.
Oh yeah.
We have never sent those out. As we started building relationships, and we told our staff last year, we are not doing any more weddings. We went from 40 weddings a year to 5 last year.
Yep.
We are no longer doing weddings. And people go, well, that's what got you there. Are you getting an ego or something like that? No, we're building our company.
Yep.
We're going after the relationships that 90% of the people won't do. It's scary. It's a risk, but it's calculated risk.
Yep.
I figured out, if you go down and figure out, we did 160 shoots last year. The previous year, it was 260. We cut out over 100 shoots, but the shoots we did brought more profit, brought more excitement, kept you doing what you absolutely love to do, storytelling.
Yep.
So when we told our staff we were going to 10x get rid of 80% of our business, they just about fell out.
They fell out of their
Remember
seats.
one of them said,
Oh, yeah.
well, are you going to keep us busy? They've been more busy this year. We had very few challenges except one.
Oh, yeah.
We worked like in October, 2 days off.
Oh, and
It totally. You were in New York in October 4 times.
Yep.
We were in Texas for a 5-day convention.
Yep.
There was no time to recuperate.
Yep.
And this year we're implementing recuperation because that's needed. And we'll talk about that a little more.
And I think, going back on that too, guys, weddings industry, everybody wanted me personally, me and my dad.
Yeah.
And, as you know, filmmaking, everybody loves your style.
Right.
They want that vibe. They want that storytelling, because when couples come to us and like, oh my gosh, your wedding films are so much different.
Right.
When we were getting 2-3 weddings, in a single day with leads,
Right.
we couldn't, outsource that or give that to other people because they wanted us personally. And that's when I knew, it was time, because we couldn't scale. We were grateful for everybody in the wedding industry.
We love our couples.
We love our couples. We loved every single one of our vendors that we got to work with. And we had some great times and, truly blessed for that chapter. But when you move into the corporate space, and I have a lot of friends here on YouTube, that are in the personal brand journey, that are selling courses, that are speaking value, and they had systems. They were plugging everything in place, and they were doing very well. They're creating their communities. They're doing this. And I've got to film with a ton of these people. And literally, they're all a phone call away from me.
Right.
Any questions I have, I could get on the phone. And they're like, Brandon, you got to step away. You got to start building the team, building leaders within your company.
Right.
And to me and my dad, and we're like, you know what? We do. But what does that come with? Taking a risk, taking, a huge risk of, here's the main source of income. But we also have been working with so many organizations throughout the time.
Right.
And our corporate clients were getting to a point where like, oh yeah, this is a full-time job just on the corporate side 3 years ago. And then we were adding the wedding. So thinking back, I was like, okay, how can we scale this? And that's what we did in 2025. And we're going to get into that on the systems, the processes, and just the journey, because we created leaders within, and your specific job was just to do this.
Right.
And your job was to do that. My job was to do this. And we really fired up on all cylinders and are still learning along the way.
Yeah. And one of the things we learned this year is you cannot micromanage people. You've got to train them in your standards. Now, regarding building these relationships, one of the things we're going to implement this year is anyone that comes in to work with Heartfelt Productions, we're going to show them our standards.
Yep.
We're going to sit down with them, and we're going to get into that a little later. They've got to, it's like EOS. They've got to understand where we come from, where our passion is.
Yep.
We're not just a production company. We want to change lives.
Oh, yeah.
We worked with Make-A-Wish the last 6 years.
Yep.
They impact us as much as we impact them.
Correct.
So we've got a lot of things to discuss today about our goals for this year. We 10x'd it last year. And one of the things I learned, only 2% of the people will 10x their company. Do you know why?
I think it's just because they're comfortable of where they are.
Absolutely. When you say, and I don't like to say get rid of 80%, but when you do the numbers and you find out that 80% of your clientele is, you may be filming a full day.
We cut out 80%, but we are working our butts off when we're traveling. We're doing same hour edits, same day edits. We're waking up, like when we get to New York City, we're on the West Coast. We go to New York City and we have 3 full days of nonstop editing. Everything's done, 15 to 20 podcasts, same day recap videos. But what I've learned is developing those systems, bringing
100% changed our company.
Oh yeah. And a lot of people are like, how do you 10x it? It's not me and you.
Yeah.
It's the team. It's the squad.
It's a concept that you have to buy into. Why are people afraid to? And when we told our team last year, they said, "Oh my gosh, you're 80%." And why do people stay with the 80%?
Yeah.
It takes so much time, but they're comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I can't get rid of this client.
Right.
And it's not getting rid of them. We take care of them.
Yeah.
But we're not doing the filming.
Sure.
When people are afraid, they feel comfortable. This is their warm spot.
Yep.
Everything we've learned, entrepreneurs, everybody has different goals. We have set a standard in our company and our goals are very high.
Oh yeah.
Now, when you do the 20%, you are so focused because that's all you have to work with is 20%.
True.
So you're more rested.
Yep.
You're more focused.
Oh yeah.
It's a larger job. And we don't even consider it a job, but it's the relationships, the rooms you're in with. You're talking to people that are running these huge Fortune 500 companies.
Oh yeah.
And that's fun to learn and implement into your own business.
True. And I think, going through that is, it's the standards. Me and you have high standards for our companies. And when we send out videos with new clients that want to see our work, they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. Because I think when you film weddings, you can film anything. And when people start seeing like the quality of work, the storytelling, the voiceovers, and that it's being delivered on site or within the week, people are shocked by that. Because, we have high standards. It's like other filmmakers go out, pick a camera. No, we're going to lead. We are going to show these organizations what it takes to get the best quality content.
Correct.
Because when organizations call us now, they're asking us for advice, how to create content. What's going to bring in the most money, revenue, views, attention to these brands when we're filming on site.
Right.
And that's where I come in and I give them the insight of what's worked, what's working.
Yeah.
And, with the team as well. And we go in and we know exactly what we're doing because we're doing pre-production calls with some of these clients 6 months, 5 months in advance.
Right.
And everybody knows what they're doing when they go on site because it's a weld-oriented machine. But the thing about cutting 80% of the business is you got to trust people.
Oh, exactly.
And
exactly.
What
people are you talking about?
Just the people on the squad, the people on the team, because you're not just bringing in anybody. We're bringing in the best people. We're bringing in people that are leaders because we want them to get the job done. We're getting the job done and take pride. Everybody that films for us takes pride in what they do.
Exactly.
And, we're grateful for that because, they're leading in their own way when they're on site because each person has a different task.
Correct. But where did we learn that? Of failing 4 or 5 years ago, bringing in people and pumping them up.
Oh, yeah.
And then they take it on and they don't take it as serious.
True.
We have learned so much. And what I heard a lot last year was, oh, these guys are getting really cocky. They're getting, thinking they're too good. What they don't realize is 6 years of failing.
Oh, yeah.
Why does our audio not sound like Peter McKinnon?
Yeah.
Things like that. So you have studied what will bring the best results, the best lighting, the best cameras, the best lenses, the best sound, retention, things like that. Yeah. You have worked on that. And our standards from day one, I remember saying, I'll do this. I'll give you a year of my life.
Yep.
I had retired. You got me out of retirement after a week.
Yeah.
And I said, as long as we use our personalities, because we love people, both of us.
Oh, yeah.
But we have two different personalities.
We do.
But what you've become, I was always an entrepreneur in real estate.
Yeah.
You've surpassed me, honestly, and I'm very proud of that.
Blessed.
You have become an entrepreneur that I can't believe it. But it's that same focus and the standard is perfection as much as we can. And we have kept that standard, even when you're frustrated and you're tired, you're exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just say that's not up to our standards. And even you might get a little frustrated. You're right.
Yep. 100%. And I think, too, when your standards are, hey, we did 80% to 20.
Right.
That still doesn't mean behind the scenes, we're working hard.
Right.
We're building the systems. There's no time off here because we're always implementing. You have multiple clients in the systems and what we got to do with the, basically like on the back end team with our editing team and our leaders there, where I don't even have to do emails now because Ronald is up to the plate. He's like, okay, this is what we're doing. Here you go. Here's the thing. They're talking to our editors. And then I'm just looking back and go, oh yeah, this is the standard that needs to be done. Well, but the thing is with that too, when you have more stuff on your plate, people think, oh, you have more time off. No, because people don't realize
more time to build your business.
Yeah. But people don't realize now you become like a manager. You have to look at all this content coming through with all these organizations, and you got to go, I got to make sure this is right. You're dealing with 5 to 10 to 20 people a month doing each of their personal branding and organizations, and their companies who we get to work with have high standards.
Correct.
And so do we. So we make sure everything is running on A+ effort, but mentally still going out to shoot, traveling, and, creating content, it still takes a lot out of you.
Well, let's talk just briefly. You mentioned Ronald.
Yeah.
We implemented him in 2 years ago.
Yep.
This was something that changed our company.
Yeah.
One thing we have kept, our gratitude, number one.
Yep.
We are so thankful and blessed to do what we do.
Yeah.
But we have confidence. We have gained that confidence to be able to. We don't compete with any other company out there.
Just us.
But we always challenge ourselves. And we always say, like baseball, we're going to outwork anyone, which that was just something that motivated us always.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to outwork you. But talk about Ronald 2 years ago, because I told you 3 years ago, I even told Nick, you guys are too valuable to be editing everything.
Oh, true.
And when you gave that up, talk about that and how Ronald, we have 5 editors now. Ronald is our integrator. So talk about how that helped you personally.
So first of all, let's take this all the way back. John Mediana. Shout out, brother.
Hey, John.
This was huge because 2 years ago, we were out filming a convention in Nashville.
Yeah.
Story, everything lined up, God put everything in place. And John happened to be in Nashville at a mall eating at the same restaurant Nick said he was going to do. And we had 2 hours to make the decision.
Yeah.
We opened the door and guess who it is? John. We walked in through.
You were both shocked.
We both shocked. Like, he goes, are you in Vegas? And we go, no. We're like, we're in Nashville. He's like, what? So this started. We filmed a podcast that day. And he goes, you got to change your standards. You got to change. Right. You got to delegate, bro.
Yeah.
You're a freelancer doing all the work. You got to delegate. Here's the systems what I've been working with.
Well, talk about John just briefly. Yeah. John has been one of your mentors.
John's an amazing mentor.
This guy will share
Yep.
Share his knowledge. Mm-hmm. And one reason I believe he shares because he sees that intensity in our company.
Yep.
And he wants to be a part of that as far as helping us. Through that, we have passed that on. We help people that literally seek, not for themselves, but seek to grow a company that has the same standards. And that's who we try to help.
Exactly.
But he has been your mentor for 2 years.
And you know, he trusts, and he was like, hey, this is what I do. This is what we're doing. This is how I built the systems. And I was like, hey, you sure? And he's like, yeah, let's move forward. So, you know, during those 2 years, we have built the same systems together. He's been traveling with, this year, but let's go back to the systems, built the same systems, and it's tremendously changed the game for us.
Oh, 100%.
And just truly blessed because, you know, what we're doing now. And it's less stress on everybody because, like I said before, each person has a specific chapter they're working on in the company, right? Which is a game changer. And with John, you know, which was cool because this year he lives in Nashville. I mean, we got to travel all over the country. I was calling up him and I was like, I have a shoot in Nashville. Do you want to be the second shooter? Our video films
in Texas.
And you know, actually it was Florida. You know, every year we got to take the squad down to Florida for one of the biggest events that we filmed. Right. From that one thing, it's about, hey, how can you think bigger? You know, John's always like bigger systems, let's implement, which, you know, I'm a go after, let's do kind of person. And, you got to step away, because now when I'm looking at 2026 and what we're doing, I'm not just a filmmaker, we're producing.
Correct.
Like literally when we're going down to Florida, we're putting together an 8-person production team.
Right.
We did it last year. And that's where, this standard of these groups of people, that buy into what we're doing, that want to help, that want to grow. And we do the same thing for them. When they need something, they give me a call. What do you need? Let's go do it. Let's build this together. Yeah. And that's the standard of, that's rare these days. Right. When you can call somebody and say, hey, can you be there for me to help me build that brand, that business? Right. This community of people is just incredible and truly blessed.
That's really rare.
Oh yeah.
And one thing we learned from John is that, we all have our own gifts.
Yep.
So just bring back that 8-person team.
Yeah.
We've got John, owns his own company.
Yep.
We've got Justin.
Oh yeah.
Own company. We've got Nick, own company.
Yep.
We've got Oziel, own company. Logan was with us.
Yep.
And literally we brought the best. We brought the A team. Everybody brings their talent.
Yep.
And it went so smooth, but the funnest part is the laughs. John is the funniest guy I've ever met. He makes me laugh just by looking at me. But I'm telling you, it's building those relationships. Yeah, they're successful on their own.
Yeah.
But when you bring everybody together and there's no ego, but it's one common goal, and to deliver the most professional video content and give them an experience of our company and the combination of other companies, it blew them away.
Oh, and that's what's happening now. It's like everybody's getting blown away of the content we're producing all over the country.
Right.
I mean, we're going to New York City. If you can make it in New York, like when you think about this,
you can make it anywhere.
When you think about this, New York City, what the heck?
Yeah.
Get a call. Hey, we want you to film these events.
Right.
We're like, oh my gosh, like New York, like
blows us away.
It blows us away. But I think when you look back at it, it's because you set the standards.
Yeah.
You set the bar so high, the efficiency. And the cool thing about when we're going to New York, now our content's going nationally when I got to think about it. And, even I was on a phone call, yesterday about a couple clients that are coming in for CES. They're international clients. And we're building the systems. I'm literally doing this right now.
Right.
So they can see their footage from China as we are editing it live in Las Vegas. And they're going to give us the approvals on site during when we're there at the booth, and everything's going to be done because they're seeing it live time. We're producing it, we're filming it, we're editing it. And that's the systems and the new standards we're moving into 2026. It's not just, hey, let's pick a camera, let's do this. No, let's do the live edits. Let's make sure this stuff's going out. And a reason why we've been able to do it, let's talk about, Logan this year. This kid came up to me, a year and a half ago.
Right.
Love you, Logan.
Hey,
if you're watching,
where'd you meet him?
Oh yeah. So met him at church, and this is just incredible. And he goes, Brandon, like, had a tattoo. Logan has a tattoo.
Yeah. On
his arm called Winning Streak. He goes, hey, let's win together. What can I help you build this company?
Right.
Do this. So over the year, I was showing him, hey, this is our standards. This is what we need to build. This is how we can get there. And what a year it was traveling. Wow. He got to travel all over the country. He got to shoot some of the biggest shoots here when I was in New York and you were holding everything down, in Vegas. That's the thing, guys. Even when we're traveling, we still have shoots back in Vegas. It's not like everything time off. We're going places. The business is still going, and it's like, okay, we got to make those decisions on the fly because work's still being done because we're dividing and conquering all over the place.
Right.
Because we have these amazing relationships.
Let's talk just briefly. People say, oh, God, you guys are all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's go back to, 4 years ago. We got a call literally 2 days before and said, hey, our videography team canceled. We're going to have this in Napa.
Yep.
Can you do it? You and I went down there.
Yeah.
We said, absolutely. We actually had a shoot. We altered it.
Yep.
We went to Napa.
Oh, yeah.
They loved us. They loved our personality, but you've got to put forth that effort.
Yeah. And
how bad you want it.
Everybody that's filmed with me personally, they know I'm not putting down the camera. I'm making sure I get those right shots. Logan might say it's overshooting.
Yeah.
But
or Ozzy L2.
But each shot I'm shooting with is basically with intention.
Yeah.
So when you get back to the editing room, we're filming these corporate films like wedding videos. And the quality, even like when we're out there on site, they're like the choice of B-roll that you guys are putting into this, the community, the connection of everybody networking is just different.
You have done this for so long. You actually have you know what you're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Everything you shoot, you already have the video in your mind completed.
Yep.
And you don't have to take the time. You know where it is.
Yep.
You put it in there. And the speed just makes it more profitable with your time.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's a lot of things. Like, if you go out on a convention, say you're shooting 200, 500, 1,000 clips, and then you have interviews that are, an hour, 2-3 hours that you're connecting on site. How in the heck are you going to chop it up?
Right.
We've been doing this so long now, like you were saying, I see it. I know where it's going to be. That's what we're teaching everybody else. These are the systems. This is how you get the nuggets. So in the film, we're not overshooting or we're not over editing because we got what the client needed and we marked those times down of exactly what we
need. One of the things we've learned is I used to be I'm the emotional guy. I love to hear the stories. I'd ask 10 questions. We have refined that to ask 3 questions, maybe 4, that get the emotion that's going to make that video so much more powerful.
Oh, yeah.
I've learned that, and it's just been a growing process.
Yeah. So what would you say, some of your highlights of this year were? Traveling, building the business, the team, the relationships. Love to hear that.
It goes back to January 2nd of last year.
Okay.
We set a goal that was so high. Yeah. And I remember presenting it. I took Toastmasters years ago because I had a fear of public speaking. Yep. Greatest thing I ever did. Yeah. When I presented this system, you already knew how I was going to present. Yep. I said, give me 15 minutes. Yeah. I presented it. This is what we're going to do. Yep. And guys were saying, yeah, man, I'm in. Or how are we going to do that? And one thing you learn when people have their own companies and they're working with you or for you, they want to do their own thing.
Correct.
So our philosophy is if you learn from us and you leave, we will say we are your biggest fan. Correct. One of your biggest fans.
Yep.
So implementing the 10X in my mind was the hardest thing. I had bought into it, you had bought into it, but convincing somebody else. Like you go out for a shoot. Yep. So you use that one shoot and say, okay, through that shoot, I want to build 2 more relationships and get 3 shoots while we're there. Yep. And that might be a testimonial. Yep. Any content that you can use and even give them. True. Give it to them for free, but you can use for your marketing. Yeah. You are the greatest poster I've ever seen. But you post every day 2 to 3 things on Instagram. We don't market. No. We have never marketed. We have never paid a cent for marketing except for our weddings. Yep. So learning to trust 10X last year, seeing where it was going, getting rid of the weddings and building more relationships. We started with 2 corporations, Make-A-Wish, Las Vegas Aviators, which we still do this AAA baseball team. We work now with over 40 corporations. Yeah. Some of them will do 1 shoot a year. You keep building the amount, those relationships. So before you've already booked, probably 30 shoots with corporations for 2026. Yep. And then you build on that base. Correct. You say, okay, we are going to go after now. This year, we've already put it in a system. 5 more corporations that we definitely want to work with and build relationships.
True.
Now, you've got to understand you're not going to get 100% of those.
Yep.
Now, we will get 5 new corporations.
Yeah.
And how do we do that? If we get 2 right away, fine. Now we're going after 3 more.
Yep.
We will get those 5. We may not get 20 that we applied for.
Exactly.
And how do we do that? You can implement that too. We make videos, and we send out the same videos to the corporation and adjust to their needs.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about AI also.
Oh, huge. But some of, the memories for me personally was, doing this together.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, me and my dad, we get to go out and I don't want to mention his age, but he's 72. And absolutely,
I'll be 73 in about 2 weeks.
And the energy that he has and the passion that he has to help me out and help the team grow is I just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm truly grateful, for everything, because this is a team effort, and, we wouldn't be sitting if it was just me here or if it was just my dad. We really had to go through those learning curves in the beginning, and we're still learning as we go. Yeah. But we've really,
we don't argue as much.
No.
We don't have a power trip.
Yep.
You literally, I know now that you are running this company.
Yeah.
I just get out of the way. I do the books, all the business part of it, go on shoots.
Yeah.
But I'm the PR guy. I talk to the people. You talk to the people.
Oh, yeah.
Logan, he's 6'6". He's a big country western guy.
Yep.
And he's going to be moving to Nashville.
Oh yeah. And it's just, we're sad to see you go, Logan. And, but I mean, the memories that we got to have together, and just what we got to do and what he got to learn this year, and how he implemented everything, and just who he was, we're
going to miss you. And this isn't, but you're going to grow. You're going to grow.
Exactly. And we're just blessed that we got to have that chapter together during that moment.
Right.
And, it couldn't have been more fun. We got to shoot on volcanoes in Flagstaff, got to shoot in the ocean in, Florida, got to travel to New York City. I mean, that was the coolest part. Some of these shoots and commercials we were filming for, Boss Lighting, and just going and experiencing
exciting
these adventures.
And one of the things that I won't miss about Logan is him and Kevin playing patty cake on the floor in a hotel.
Oh yeah.
As we open the door.
We walk out and they were like, what the heck are they guys? What are they doing? Patty cake. And I'm like, they put it in their vlog. So if it's ever on YouTube, but that was cool. And I think also it's just, people buying into what you believe into Heartfelt Productions and our standards. It's like with Logan, he bought into it, and we were truly blessed to see, him become a leader in what he produced. And
he gives back.
True.
And that's one of our beliefs too. But one of the highlights for me, 2 of them, we got to go to Alaska. Yep. We took an Alaskan cruise. And even though it was raining all the time, we got to see the glaciers. I mean, just an unbelievable. There was 14 couples. Yeah. So we got to enjoy that. Yeah. And then my first time in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Just blew my mind. We want to go back. It's just people recognize the passion to grow a company. Yep. And you've always had that passion to get better in baseball. You took that to this company.
Yep. It's what I learned from baseball every day, doing the work, showing what you got. And then, like I said, I was never in the film industry. You never knew a camera. And, it started 7 years ago when we went to a Think Media Mastermind. Yeah. And
that's where we met
Sean,
Nick and Jane.
Omar, met Nick, met, all these people that now you look at 7 years ago and they're doing huge things. And it's just this community that everybody wants to level up. Right. And, it's just grateful for that, just seeing everybody do what they love to do and bringing it every day. And the last thing is about, building the team is just, people are going to have new chapters. Kevin, he came to me, hey, I want to work for Heartfelt Productions. I want to put in the work. Amazing. He got to shoot Aviators this year. I think Big League Weekend. Yeah. He got to go on some of these amazing trips because he bought into what we were building. And, that was so cool to see him grow and learn on those trips too. And the thing about Kevin, just like Logan, it's like, life happens. I know that personally. People go through experiences. People need a new chapter, a new,
right,
basically fresh start. And, Kevin moved, up to the Pacific Northwest, and, he's starting his own production company now because he was inspired by what we were doing. And he texted me, he was doing a 30-day challenge to challenge himself creatively and how he can post an expression of finding his voice. And it was just so cool to see, each of these individuals learning this year, because it takes a long time to find your voice as a creative, as a business owner, as a filmmaker. And it's cool to see. My biggest thing is seeing other people grow and learn, but also, come together to build everybody up.
Well, one of our goals is always to, have people come and work with us.
Yeah.
But allow them to create their passion, allow them to do what they're really good at.
Correct.
I remember meeting Kevin.
Yep.
You had met him. Logan said he's a great guy. The one thing I loved about Kevin is that he was a photographer.
Yep.
And now he is working another job as a security person. He just wanted to become a photographer again.
Mm-hmm.
And when we saw him work, that passion that he had, I said, this guy's, he's a keeper. I love somebody that loves what they're doing.
True.
And now he's full-time again.
Yep.
He moved to Oregon.
Yep.
And he's loving life, him and his wife.
And that's the cool part, guys. So each business chapter, this year for us is like, hey, all the systems are dialed. We built the community. Right. But say people start to leave. They're moving into their new identity, their new chapter.
We did too.
And I did too. So it's like when people come to me, it's like, hey, this is what I want to build. This is where I want to go, or I want to travel. I wish you all the best because I understand that because we've been there.
Yeah.
We understand where you want to take it. And it's just grateful for the time you have. And I think if that's anybody in business now, you got to just, give it your all. What can you help to, build each other up? And, it's an era.
Well, let's go back to 4 years ago when we were filming John Cheplak.
Yeah.
This guy's built an industry for real estate agents.
True.
The one thing we heard for the last 4 years was for brokers to recruit agents.
Yep.
Constantly recruit agents.
Correct.
Teach them, mentor them. The ones that aren't up to your standards, they're going to actually quit. They'll feel that intimidation.
Yep.
We have the same philosophy. We can never stop. You never have your team 100%. You're going to have to keep recruiting, keep teaching them.
Yep.
And the more you teach them, the more confident they get. Yep. I am so excited about this year.
You know how many companies and events we have filmed with AI? AI is going to take your job. AI is going to replace you. AI is going to do this and that. I've filmed all over the country, every topic, AI in every industry.
Yep.
It's always AI. The cool thing about AI for us is, oh my gosh, the amount of workflow that we can get done quicker and implement systems, type of question, boom, prompt, done.
Yeah.
Type, a video, like even on the editing software, AI is great for the business. I'm creating a project right now that's going to hit Vegas in probably a couple weeks, and I can't say anything about it. But
come on.
But the AI and the storyboarding that we are doing for this company is just so cool. But it's not taking other people's jobs. It's just making our job easier.
Yeah. It's like anything, like real estate. Real estate changes.
Correct.
AI is here.
Yep.
I've talked to people who say, I'm not going to do that. If you don't do it, you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
And whatever your goals are, God bless you.
Yep.
If you achieve your goals and they're lower than ours, you've achieved your goals.
Correct.
Other people have higher goals than us. If they achieve them, fantastic. Yeah. AI is here.
Yep.
You have learned it. I have learned it. What helps our company become more professional. And it's just blowing our minds. And we're using it as a tool. If it takes over, we'll implement something else and learn from the industry. You always grow. You always learn. You have to adjust.
If you are a creator or a business owner, if you're not learning this stuff right
Yeah.
now for the 26, 27, 28 years, that you need to start to learn it, because it is going to drastically make you go quicker,
Right.
you know, as a business owner, as building a brand. And if you can implement those systems, it's going to be a game changer.
Yeah. And the reason why we recommend it is because if you're going against somebody that's using it,
Yeah.
they're going to beat you just
Yep.
on the wording alone.
Correct.
You may have better company, but that's one, and it's really not that hard.
Oh, no.
Don't fear it. That's one of the 20% that we've added on
Yep.
that has drastically changed our bottom line. And one other thing,
Yeah.
this year, part of the 10X is you're not going to be doing that.
I know.
You know,
Yep.
you're too valuable to our company. You're an entrepreneur, a creative, and integrator, or all that. You know, you're just going to be focusing on what you love to do and what you're great at.
True.
And that's part of the book that I finished reading this year.
So let's talk about the books. We actually got. So we're going to go into his first book. It's on the top.
Okay.
I'm gonna transition.
Yeah, do that.
Transition. So this book, Big Little Legends. Funny thing is, his name's Garrett Maxwell, guys. It's right here. And we got to film this event this year.
He approached you.
Yeah, he did.
He said there's something different about you. He wanted to get to know you're different at this.
Yeah.
You know, you're taking your time with people. You have patience.
Yeah.
That intrigued him.
And I was like, hey, Dad, you know, this guy's amazing. He speaks all over the country. You should meet him. So the next...
I reached out.
He reached out, and I want you to... Gary's an amazing guy. I want you to talk about what you learned from his book. I know personally, but tell the people that are watching this video, what's some of the biggest things that you learned from there?
Well, first of all, after you finish that video,
Yep.
you know, I think it was Jody's party.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And he was there as a guest speaker. This guy was a hockey announcer.
Yeah.
National Hockey League announcer in Canada. That's
Yep.
where he lives. He wrote this book, Big Little Legends. This literally has changed our company again. He talks about, you're not competing with anyone else.
Yeah.
But you can become a big little legend in your own company. He tells you how to do this. We've implemented the tactic. This year, we're going to implement even more.
Yep.
You look at Nike. They're a legend. All you have to see is that Nike logo.
That's it. Just
you know,
do it.
Starbucks.
We're filming Nike actually tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I pick up the media pass today. Or no, tomorrow.
I reached out to him and he said, hey, I've got to pick something up. Why don't you drive with me?
Yeah.
Going to be about an hour. This man blew my mind. He wasn't telling me about his company.
Right.
He was asking me a question about Heartfelt Productions. How did you start? He
Yep.
wanted to invest in me finding out.
Yeah.
And then I read his book. There's notes everywhere. We've implemented some of the things. We're going to implement them even more. Totally changed the way I view our company, who we are as a company, our passion, our name of our company. Your name has to be who you are as a company. It teaches you all these things, gets you to think. It's about those relationships. The second book that I read this year, which everybody probably knows, Mel Robbins, Let Them. This has changed my life regarding everybody's going to have different opinions. Let them.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want to waste time,
Yep.
you know, trying to convince somebody to come over to what you believe.
Yeah.
You let them.
True.
But it also teaches, let me.
Yep.
I'm not going to carry on and try to change somebody or waste time having them tell me. I just say, let them and be happy for them. Let you do what we're doing, implement, but learn this.
True.
This is one of the best books I've ever read. The book that changed our life last year was 10X is greater than 2X.
Look at that cover too. It is like, the funny thing.
If you look through here,
it's already,
every page is highlighted.
You got the use out of that.
Every book I read.
Yeah.
I've got to implement, you know, so I can go back. I don't have to read the whole book.
Yeah.
I reread it again in December.
Right.
And the changes that we're going to make again. We 10X'd our company.
Yeah.
I don't like to say get rid of it, but we changed 80% of our company to focus on the 20.
Yep.
We're doing the same thing this year.
Yep.
You know, we went from 260 to 160 shoots. Our goal is to get around 100 with the people we want to work with. We can learn from, we can grow, but we can impact their company.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, and grow with them. But you always have to replace certain companies. Some companies will go away. They bring in their own media company. So we're constantly recruiting for new companies. We're going to add 5 this year. And through those 5, we try to get 3 extra clients from each corporation. And that has propelled saving time, saving effort on making videos for people that don't have that passion, but they want to learn everything about. We can guide them where to go, but we're not working with them because we're growing.
Exactly. And I think too, like the skill set, like the 4 to 5 companies that we're going to take on this year, they're going to be Vegas based. You know, we did so much traveling last year and we have amazing accounts there, but they are going to be Vegas based because we're going to build the systems and the team here on the ground moving forward for 2026. And then, you know, if we do have a couple of those travel gigs like we already have lined up for this year, but, you know, building these new companies here in Vegas. And that's where people go, why, how are you traveling so much? And how did you do it? Because guess what? They came to Vegas first. And they loved our professionalism. They loved what we brought. Hey, can you film our event, you know, in this place or all, you know, here? It's because we blew them out of the water. We built the standard and they were like,
talk about why do we blow them out of the water?
It's when we get there, we listen. What do you need? 100. So when a client comes to me, I go, what do you need and how can we make it the best for you?
We ask questions. Because they say, oh, we just need a great video. We go in depth with them.
Correct.
Because the more we know about them, the more they share their passion with us. We can deliver what they want exactly. And I think, under promise, over deliver.
And I think when you go back into what these companies need, it's like each company, like we went to Boston, that was this year, it was an NDA, so we can't talk about it. But, you know, what we do for these organizations is we tell their heartfelt stories. We talk about their branding when they first started their company, maybe 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago, or if they're a new startup. We get the why. I read the book, you know, what was it?
Simon Sinek.
Know your why. So
and then find your why.
Find your why. I read both those books. Me and my dad, he introduced them. And it's about what is your why for your company? And that's what is your why for these films that we're creating.
And leaders eat last. Simon Sinek. I read that 2 years ago. One of the best books. And implement. And you can always go back to those.
And that's the thing. It's with these films talking about their why. And it's different because nobody, I feel like nowadays, is all about what is the true root of the purpose. It's just, hey, here's a transaction. Thank you for making the video. It's done.
One transaction, you're done. The key, you have to build those relationships. You look at Gary Maxwell. I'm in the car. And I go, Gary, I read your book. And he goes, well, tell me about you. That's what we've learned. And you go in there, we ask questions. We want to find out what drives them to start their company. And then we can format our, you know, estimate with those. You know, we want to find out what their mission statement is. Are they living it? Could they improve it?
2026, it's here. Let's talk about, for me personally, I know what I have to do to scale this company. I'm the visionary, and now we have...
You are the heart of Heartfelt Productions, no question.
We have, you know, and now we have a couple of integrators. But what we have to do this year is, you know, we have to teach a couple other people to be a part of the squad. The squad is amazing, but, you know, I have a couple calls today with a couple new people that have reached out to me personally that, hey, I want to be a part of Heartfelt Productions, the mission moving forward. This year also, where I have to get out of, you know, I won't be picking up the camera for little shoots. We are going to be doing more major production. You know, teams, 3 to 5 people teams to be more efficient and get the job done, and at a high standard. And that's going to be one of the things this year. And then having a full-time videographer to handle other projects that we will be filming for different organizations, and, you know, a creative shredder, as I would call it.
Right.
So for our goals this year, that's for me personally, so we could focus on more things, because brands are starting to reach out.
Right.
And they want personal videos. This YouTube thing it's fun. You never know where it's going to lead, but we do it to provide you guys value in the journey we've been on year after year. But the cool thing is, you know, like Nomadic. You know, we're wearing Nomadic gear, and that started from a personal relationship.
Yeah.
We were at NAB, and we went to the Nomadic book. Kevin and Logan are like, hey, you hear Nomadic? That's what Peter McKinnon has and everything. And we went to that booth, and we made an amazing relationship, and it's just started into something so cool.
But how did you grow that relationship? Everybody meets them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to, you know, they want free stuff.
So,
but what did you do?
So I was like, what do you need from us? How can we produce content when we're traveling to New York, Alaska, Texas? So, you know, we got a couple backpacks, a couple clothes, and hey, I'm going to wear it.
What you did, you actually didn't ask them what they needed. You filmed.
I filmed it.
You and Logan filmed and Nick,
Yep.
Nomadic video.
Oh, yeah.
And they loved it.
In New York City.
And so what happened from that? They started sending you merch.
Oh, yeah. And I live in, it's like, if you're a filmmaker, I love this because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's flexible.
Looks great.
I mean, it
looks like an athlete.
Yeah. You're in the swamps. It's not sweating through. You know, you feel good. It brings me back to my playing gaze and playing gear that we used to wear. But that's it about the relationships. You know, if somebody appreciates you and they send you stuff, you know, for our standards, it's not just post an IG story with these bags are great. Let's go out and make an epic film that lives on, that shows what their stuff is capable, their brand, and, you know, mixed with our brand. And it's really cool. We kind of already mentioned it, but what is one thing this year that you want to personally take away, if it's in your work life, your business life, building this together, building other people up? What is that one thing that you want to take away for 2026, looking back on the next year's podcast, to be a better person?
This year's podcast.
Yeah, to be a better person.
Well, first of all, it starts with last year.
Yep.
Last year, the 10X just absolutely, I said, I believe in this, you believe in it, and it worked.
Yep.
This year, you and I are both coming in with so much more confidence, excitement.
True.
This thing works.
Oh, yeah.
And every time we implement the 10X, it's going to make our jobs easier.
Yep.
You know, we're going to take away the jobs that stress us out, things like that.
Yeah.
Hiring people, even like hiring people that are going to help us achieve our goals and achieve their goals.
True.
So one of the things is setting up a system, creating a standard for our company, living that standard, communicating that standard to anyone that works with us. And when they buy into it, we're going to exceed our goals and stay healthy, eat better, recuperate. That's one of the things we have to do. We have to recuperate, you know, and then just get excited. It's been incredible.
That's what it's all about. And what a year it was. What a year we're looking forward for 2026. Another thing is that we will be hiring this year again, having a couple people added to the squad. We have high standards, high expectations to do what we get to do because we love to do it. And if that's something that people are interested in for this year, just let me know in the comments here if you're in Las Vegas as we continue to build this community, and maybe we can meet up and see what you guys, you know, do, why you love filmmaking, how you want to serve others with a camera. Would love to hear it. So
we want to hear your story.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to build big little legends here.
100%. And, you know, and if you also guys have anything in the comments or anything that you want to add, just drop them below. Would love to talk to you out there. And it's so cool to see what we have achieved this year. And just as we continue to build this company. So, grateful. I just want to say thank you to everybody, every organization, every person that we get to film for, that we get to be a part of your lives, because we are just truly grateful that we get to do what we get to do every day, even though it's a grind, even though we're working hard and, you know, leveling up each and every year. We just want to personally say thank you. Yep. And excited for what we have in store.
Yeah, and just the last thing from me, when I truly look back 6 years ago when we started this company, to see where we are now, it's possible.
Yep.
It literally is possible. We have done it.
Yeah.
We have failed. We've grown. We've kept at it.
Yep.
Little bit at a time, improving every year.
Yeah.
You know, and it can happen.
It can.
To anybody.
True.
I started with this company when I was 67.
Yep.
67. I was retired. Brandon started when he was 28.
Yeah.
So it's possible if you truly want to do it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see our conversation next year.
True. Excited stuff. So
be blessed. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. And, you know, just grateful again. Let's get it. It's a new year. Let's make this happen.
Hey, we got a call to do.
Yeah, we do.
Take care.